Something has happened during Texas Longhorns practice that is already being hailed as the biggest revelation of the early season, and fans need to know about it right now. A former five-star recruit who went largely unnoticed during his freshman season is exploding onto the scene in the very first week of fall camp, and the team itself is already publicly acknowledging it. We are talking about Texas defensive lineman Justus Terry, a sophomore who has, without a hint of exaggeration, become the talk of the Austin campus over the last few days. What's most impressive is that this news didn't come from an optimistic fan or a sports gossip site. It came from inside the locker room, straight from the mouth of a veteran teammate. According to reporting by Texas Longhorns on SI, which closely monitored the first practice sessions open to the media, Terry was already turning heads just by virtue of his presence on the field. But the news took on real weight when senior defensive tackle Hiro Kanu opened up to reporters. Kanu, a defensive leader, described Terry as a rare, once-in-a-generation talent and stated that he has high expectations for his performance this season. For those who follow the program closely, this isn't any name. Justus Terry was the crown jewel of the Texas Longhorns' top-ranked 2025 recruiting class. Hailing from Manchester, Georgia, his college decision was a genuine recruiting thriller. He had actually committed to the Georgia program itself, but shocked everyone by switching sides and signing with Texas, doing so right on the eve of the SEC championship game. It was a major move on the National Recruiting Board, snatching a five-star prospect from a rival team right out from under their noses. However, here is the part that intrigues so many people. Despite all the hype, Terry had a quiet freshman season. He played in just 10 games, recording 8 total tackles and 1.5 tackles for loss. The numbers are modest for someone who arrived as the most hyped recruit of the bunch, but there is a simple explanation for this, one that is also part of the buzz surrounding him. He was lower in the defensive line hierarchy than established stars like Ethan Burke, Colin Simmons, Cole Brevard, and Travis Shaw. In other words, Terry was developing behind the scenes, learning from standouts who were no longer even on the college team. And that is exactly where the story takes a turn. With Burke, Brevard, and Shaw now in the NFL, a massive void has opened up on Texas's defensive front, and all signs point to Terry being ready to fill that gap with full force. Physically, he's impressive, a player standing 6'5" and weighing over 285 pounds, with the versatility to play multiple positions along the defensive line. He can play as an interior defensive tackle or as a defensive end, lining up in wider techniques, covering the opposing tackle's inside shoulder, or even lining up head-up against them. This versatility isn't just a nice technical detail to talk about. It could be a key component of Coach Muschamp's defensive scheme. He tends to vary formations and requires players who can fit into different defensive fronts against the opponent. Having an athlete with Terry's size and mobility, capable of moving all along the line, is a luxury few teams in the country possess. Now, with expectations sky high, fans are already looking ahead to the debut. Texas opens the season on September 5th against Texas State at the iconic Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, with kickoff set for 2:30 p.m. local time. It will be the first major showcase to see if the talk from the practice field holds up in front of a packed stadium. The burning question remains, will Justus Terry truly live up to his status as the sensation of fall camp when the games actually count? The answer begins to be written in the coming weeks, and this story is far from over.